Hey guys, I'm joining late, really tired, had a really long day. How was your day? Tell me what you'd like me to make the video for you for tomorrow about. And we're gonna have our first Zoom call tomorrow, like kind of like an open, kind of like what we're doing here, except on Zoom on video. Interesting, sitting here waiting for the first person to show up. I love it how it takes a while, usually. Oh, so really tired today. Hey there, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm kind of joining late. I promised you guys at 9, but my day was crazy, really tired, lots of work that I've done. Hopefully the video helped you earlier. How was your day? What do you want me to make the video about for tomorrow? I know you kind of asked me about like how do you feel comfortable again in your own skin? And that's one of the hardest things that I worked on, because I really hated my body for the longest time, and I really hated being myself. I hated looking in the mirror. I would look in the mirror and I would see my parents, especially my dad. Hey, it's Vivian, right? So are you saying yes because you want me to make a video on how to feel comfortable in your own skin again? It took me a long time. I hated pretty much everything about myself. I even hated my voice. I don't know, any of you here can relate? Like, you just look at it and you're just like, God, I just want to fucking kill you. Like, I hate everything about you, meaning me, right? Oh, brain fog? Did that help? Okay, Sarah, tell me more. I mean, I hope it did. I kind of forgotten what it was like because it's been a long time about the brain fog, but I can definitely relate to the one where you really hate being inside of your own skin. Please make a video about, okay, you want? Everybody vote. Like how to be comfortable in your own skin. Yeah. I mean, it took me a long time. My eyes are powerful. Thank you. That's exactly what you were dealing with today. Can you tell us more, Sarah? If you'd be open, like what exactly happened? Did you ever struggle with feeling unworthy, self-sabotage, fear success? Bingo! Ooh, I like that one, self-sabotage. I self-sabotaged myself so many times. Oh my God, I can't tell you. Like, there's gonna be people around me, they all like had these careers, they finished school, they made money, and I would just cut myself down. I'd get really close to get successful and bam, every single time without I'm still struggling with this, the self-sabotage. It's a bitch. I mean, once it happens to you as a kid, you don't believe that you actually can get any better. Sarah says, I think it's probably played into my body dysmorphia. It's hard to even see myself. What is dysmorphia? I'm not sure I know what that is. Couldn't try and heal my self-sabotage right now. I've been trying really hard. Yeah, self-sabotage. Okay, do you know why it happens, right? Do you all know? It's because you're so used to being torn down by your abusers that the abusers are no longer there, but you're doing their job. You get that? So they're done. I mean, they don't care. They don't give a fuck what you're doing. But you continue to do exactly what they did to you, which is they tear you down every time you get really close to something. So you proceed. You live in the same pattern. It's kind of fucked up because you're not even aware of it most of the time. So somebody gets a promotion or gets a great job or gets, a better job, more money, more payment, and you're constantly struggling. Like you never can get out of debt or, get a job that you want or get out of the place that you hate or get rid of all these people that you hate. And that is self-sabotage. I mean, most of the time, you're the one who's doing it, but you don't even know that you're doing it because you're really following the pattern of your abusers. They're doing it to you. Maybe my self-sabotage comes from being bullied, younger insecurity. Yeah, self-sabotage in love. Been there, done that, been married twice, and I went straight for the guys who were like the image of my father. Great, just stepped right into it. Sarah says, like for me, I can't really see how I look realistically to other people. Yeah, your perception of yourself is skewed. Like, I would think one way, but people actually would see me the other way, but I would see myself as worse, uglier, stupider, and like everything twice or three times as worse as people actually would think. And it happens unintentionally. Yeah, exactly. So for me, it didn't just stop. Like it wasn't a cut off period. It was a long process of learning on experience. Please do a line of coke on camera. What? Are you for real? You're kidding here? Or what the fuck is going on? So yeah, if any of you are struggling with self-sabotage, I guess I could do that. So if tomorrow I can do a video on how to be comfortable in your own skin, I could do that on Sunday, how to do self-sabotage. It's a tricky beast. Can you tell me more examples of like where exactly it happens to you? To me, most of the time it happened in the workplace. So in my family, my mom always struggled with money because she was abused and she could never actually have her ends meet, and she was always living below poverty. My dad did make it, but so. He's a writer, so he carved himself kind of a nice place. He wrote some books, he worked as a journalist, but he also always didn't really make like a great living. And so when I was growing up, like I didn't have this idea that I could actually make money, and it was looked down upon, like, oh my god, you want to be rich like in the West, blah blah blah. So I self-sabotaged myself. Anytime I would make money, I would cut it down. Like I would do something to get rid of the client, or I got fired from jobs, or I would just step right into it, and cut it down. Ye0 Dio says, how do I stop people pleasing? I feel guilty if I don't. Yeah, I'm there with you, sister. The video that I made today, how to stop apologizing, that's part of people pleasing. You're sorry for everything. Why would someone say to do a line of coke? Irritating anyway. Yeah, I don't know. If that person says that again, I guess I'll just block them. It's messed up how there's generational abuse in our stories. Yes. Can you talk about how to move on from childhood trauma, workplace too? What if you still have to see your abuser? Oh my God, I'll try to pick up all of these questions, guys, one by one. Moving on from your trauma, the biggest thing that I did for myself is to write it out into stories and to share. And the reason why is because you need public validation. The biggest problem is silence. And also, if you go to therapy, the problem with therapy, it's limiting. It's isolating, okay? Therapy is great, but you're only doing it one-on-one. You're isolated from community, from people who can support you. And so you don't get the support. And so you could go back to the shitty household that because at least you're supported, surrounded by people. Do you get that? You get back to the shit because this is what you know. So it's not, so you're saying like, how do you get out of toxic relationships? Okay. Did any of you here raise a hand? Did you hear this thing about like you are the sum of the 5 people who are around you? Any raise of hands? Did you hear that? Do you know that this is true very much, that you literally are living the life that about 5 people around you, the people who are closest to you. So think right now, is it your mom, your dad, your sister, your spouse, your kids? Okay, so you will never get out of it as long as you're around these people. You literally have to change those people. Either you run away, which is what I did, or you have to cut those people out of your life. So if you're living with your parents still and you're young and you can't run away, my heart goes out to you. So the only way you can do it is to start sharing your story, to find people who can help you. You can crash on their couch, you can run away. Like I ran away from home when I was 17 and I got pregnant. It was like no home, pregnant teen. It was bad, right? So, but I ran away because I was just I couldn't deal with it anymore. So, fuck. Guys, you're watching me disassociate. I just lost it. Because the memory is so triggering. When I was alone and pregnant and nobody wanted me, that I just blanked out. Shit, what was I talking about? Let me just read your questions. Hold on. But I can't cut mom out. I barely see my dad. He's my issue. Yeah, well, I cut both of my parents out. Actually, my entire family. They turned away from me, and after that, I cut them all out. Do you think that people forget half of their childhood memories because of trauma? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what my brain did. You basically block the stuff so you can function. Just think about it this way. You're a kid, okay? You have to get up, eat breakfast, get dressed, go to school. Like, you can't function normally because the shit that happens to you when it's traumatic, you don't understand what it is. So you don't process it. So you just block it out. It's like literally you block it to process later. And then it catches up with you. You're 30, 40, 50, 20, depending on what age. Barack Vegana says, I ran away 3 times. My parents lied to the cops and had me arrested. Fuck that shit. Hey, my heart goes out to you. That it sucks, really. I'm going to get my EMDR therapy. Yeah, I tried EMDR therapy. It kind of worked. Some of it kind of didn't. But, when you've been through a lot of abuse, sometimes, like, I tried hypnosis and I can't be hypnotized. I can't let go of control of my body. It's really, really scary. What advice can you give regarding not drinking? Do you mean you mean you want to stop drinking? Fuck, I wish I could give you like a great advice. I don't drink at all right now, but I struggled with it. Like, if I would go to a party and I start drinking, I couldn't stop. There was just no stopping. I would get drunk and then I would start offering myself to guys. It was ugly. And then I would throw up because my body, like, I'm real lightweight. I can't do a lot of alcohol. So, God, hold on. I'm trying to answer all your questions. I was able to not even think about the abuse, and then it crashed. Yeah, okay. So I'll tell you this. The shit that happens to you, it catches up to you when you're happiest. So I moved from Russia to the States here. I got married again. I got happy. I ate great food. I gained some weight. I was like pink-cheeked and all of that. And then it slammed me. All that shit that I was carrying, my body was like, oh, you're happy now? Fuck yeah. Boom. And panic attacks started, like everything. It was just like my body was ready to finally handle all that stuff. So this might be happening to you as well. I used your method of writing a story. Oh, yay! That's awesome. Okay, that's great. This is what I'm doing with my community, because I've written myself out of my shit. Literally, I've written myself out in my stories because I can't remember still. So you can relate to me so much. I love you. Yeah, you're not alone. Hey, everybody, we got Baroque Vegana. Please tell Baroque Vegana you are not alone. Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Look at how many of us are here. There's over 30 people right now we're talking. Oh, it happened to you too? Lily, hold on. Lil Cut Dove. Yeah. You know what? All of our abuse stories, they're not unique. The shit is so similar. Like, we're all suffering from the same stuff. Hey, Liddy, Joe. Hello, I get PTSD. And you're right. It happens when I'm happy. Exactly. Just at the good part, you're like, fuck yeah, I had a great day. Bam. And you're just like, why the fuck? This always happens to me. It's because when you're happiest, it gets released because, you're storing this shit, okay? That's back to my video about why you're tired, because every day you're suppressing. Like, you're waking up with about 100% energy, and so 20% of it gets on suppressing your stuff, or 30, or 40, or 50, and then you wonder, why am I always tired? Why am I walking around like a zombie? Why can't I concentrate and focus? Well, because you have to function at 100%, but you only have 50% battery. So what do you think? You're stretching 50% to 100. You're continuously exhausted, day in, day out, day in, day out, because you keep suppressing this. That is why you gotta let it out of your body. Write it into a story. Write it out, write it out, write it out. Otherwise, you can't function. Eventually catches up with you, and then you get very sick, which is what happened to me. Let me scroll. I love you right back, Lady Joe. I love you very much. Let's see. I feel like what I've gone through isn't talked about much, and I'm grateful you're open about your father. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm talking about it. And I thought, Baroque Vegana says, I thought everything was my fault and there was something wrong with me. Same here. Got blindsided at 40 with the reality of my abuse. Hey, you're not alone, sister. Same here. Well, I was in my 30s, but still, I completely blocked it out for most of my life. I don't feel alone either because you give helpful thoughts. Right on, Sea Fox. Everybody tell Sea Fox, you're not alone. You are not alone. How do we recover from parent abandonment? Okay, so let me talk a little bit about how to write this out. Hey, Shimi Polkaroo. Is it Christine? Did I get your name correctly? I hope I did. So here's how you do it. Here's how I did it. There's Eric. Like you said yesterday, be a tiger mom. Yes. Okay, everybody listen to Eric. I totally forgot. So, hold on. Two things. Holding it in my head. First, how to write it out. Let me talk about the tiger mom thing. So here's what helps. All of you over here, when shit happens, that's actually a good answer to all of your questions. PTSD, being sad, some asshole yelled at you, your mom yelled at you, whatever happened. Go back and think to your inner child, okay? This little kid inside of you. Imagine you're the parent of that child. This is really important. Do not think about yourself because your brain is going to trick you back into being a victim. But think about yourself as a little kid and think, I'm the mom or the dad of that little kid. And you're protecting them. So because you're a parent, you're not afraid because it's not about you. Because you don't love yourself. I mean, I'm struggling with loving myself. But for my kids, oh man, I'm going to go out there and kill. I mean, anybody who touches my child, I do not go if I go to prison. Nobody touches my children, right? So if you think about yourself that way, all of a sudden the tiger comes out. Hell, you won't let anybody touch that kid, right? But it's you. So you see, you trick your brain. So yeah, thank you, Eric, for reminding me. Think next time, somebody comes at you, bullies you, don't protect yourself, okay? Protect that kid inside of you. And your teeth will come out. Trust me, because it happened to me. C-Fox says, you taught me to hug myself. Imagine you hug me. Yes, I do that every night. I'm not doing it so much anymore because I'm pretty much in a good place, but I would sit down and I'd hug myself and I would say, good night. Like literally, I would kiss my own hands, like this. And I would imagine their little hands like of a 5-year-old girl. And I would fucking bawl my eyes out because my parents, nobody kissed my hands before. I mean, it would make me cry. And there would be so much love. So yeah, totally do it. Absolutely. So yeah, thanks, Eric. Let the tiger come out. The second question that you said, how to begin writing it out. So here is how I did it, okay? And this is how I teach it in my community, Amberville, because I lead classes in there, how to do this shit. Oh, you're crying now. Hey, can everybody please send love to Miss Carlton? Just say, I love you. 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 Okay? Everybody say to Miss Carlton, I love you. Vivi Smile says, can you talk about any struggles you had with your own children due to trauma? Yeah, totally. But hang on. Let me first answer the question about how to begin writing it out. Yeah. Slam Miss Carlton with love, you guys. Send hearts. Send love. So here's the thing. You imagine the abuse episode that happened to you. And you write it out like in a story. You've all read novels, right? Stories, short stories, watch TV shows. So like there's dialogue and descriptions and all of that. But here's the important part. When you write it out, imagine like you wrote me a letter. Or just imagine you wrote me a DM. If you were telling me about the shit that happened to you. Except write it down and change the name. So don't write it down, I suffered through this. But say, Susan suffered through this. So you put yourself in the third person. You're the hero, but you change the name. And the person who hurt you, they're the villain. You change their name as well. And then you exaggerate. So let's say it was your mom who beat you up. But in the story, you write, it was Susan, and it was Susan's mom, and she beat her with a hockey stick until she broke Susan's skull. Do you see what I just did? You exaggerated. And why do you exaggerate it? Because you let your true emotions come out. Because you always feel more. If somebody just slaps you, you feel like your skull has been broken into, but you can't communicate that. Like you tell somebody, you tell them my whole body hurt, and they're like, well, they just, he just smacked you on the back of your head. What do you mean your whole body hurt, right? Everybody raise your hand here. You've seen that, right? When you go, my entire body hurts, and somebody tells you, no, it's not true. This is why you exaggerate. That's why it's so healing. But then you take it a step further. You turn around and you fucking kill the villain, right? So then that Susan who was bitten by her mom, she would pick up the hockey stick and then, I don't know, and beat her mom to death. So you come back at your abuser in that story, and that is why it's so healing, because you release all the chemicals. Yeah, I see all the raised hands. Same here. You release the chemicals that you hold in your body. It's fight and flight syndrome. You can go Google it right now. What it means that when you're little and the big person beats you up, you have adrenaline that your kidneys throw up the chemicals into your body. It's fight or flight, meaning you either get ready to fight, but you can't because you're a little shit, right? And this is a big adult. Or you want to flight, meaning you want to run away, but you can't. They're holding you down. So what do? You hold all these chemicals in, and they eventually will eat you up later. So do you follow? When you write it in a story, your fight or flight comes out for the first time. So you might actually feel sick. Like you might throw up, you might have diarrhea, because the chemicals get released. And you do that every day, little by little. I mean, look at me. I wrote the whole fucking book. I wrote like 8 books, right? And it's psychosomatic pain, but that shit is real. It is the chemicals coming out of your body. Lady Jo says, I'm very sick now, and I have, what is ERCP? Yeah, possibly it's related to past trauma. So, yeah, and you freeze. So this is all true. So do you see how important that is to get it out of your body? Any of you here have experienced this or have heard about people with trauma who have a whole body massage and they begin bawling their eyes out and then they get like really sleepy, right? So this is through the body because it's stored. All that shit is stored in your muscles. And if you don't release it, guess what happens? From your muscles, it gets into your joints. I mean, how do you think people get arthritis? Just think for a second. How do we get all these sicknesses? It's all chemistry. It's just chemical shit. And if you don't let that chemical shit out, it will break you from inside out. So, and again, I'm not a doctor. I just read so many books about this stuff when I was very sick. So I'm just giving you kind of like a general rundown. Go ahead and do your own research and read it to confirm. I do a 3-minute dance every day. Right on. Yeah, I do actually ballet every day for about an hour and a half. I just did my ballet class. You feel so validated. Totally. Yay. Can we just all tell Lady Jo you are validated? Okay, no, this is what I want you guys to Lady Jo right now. Please say, I see you. I hear you. Can you do that? That's really important, to be seen and to be truly heard and not to be judged. So that's another reason why you try to write fiction, is because you're validated. Because guess what? If you give people a story about magical realism, vampires, or I don't know, trolls, demons, dragons, people go, wow, that's really cool. What's it based on? And then they can actually tell them the real shit that happened, right? There you go. Thank you. Lady Jo. Do you see it? We all see you and we hear you. Okay? Yeah? We see you. Baroque Vegana says, is it normal to have multiple flashbacks out of nowhere for an hour and cry like someone died? Yeah? Right here. I mean, a lot. So you're seeing me guys right now in a very good place, but this has been, this and here, 12-year-long journey. So everything you're telling me, I've been through that. There is hardly anything that you will tell me that I haven't. So I feel you, okay? So it's not just Lady Jo, I see you and I hear you. I feel you too, I probably have been through most of that shit. Maybe not to that same extent, or maybe not exactly that. Like, I never actually got on drugs, because simply in Russia there were no drugs. Like, you know, there was weed maybe you could get. People swallowed pills, but like alcohol was the drug of the country, right? So, but most beside that probably did a lot. Did you ever struggle with wearing tight clothes? Yeah. I would, oh, I would wear like sacks, you know, like I'd try to make myself look like I'm in a blanket, like in the boxy, you know, like these big sweatshirts that would hide my body. I would wear overalls, like anything but. Actually, until today, okay, I'm pretty skinny, and I actually have, you know, like I can wear leggings. I feel very uncomfortable. Do you see lots of, you know, girls out there wearing leggings with just a sweatshirt when you can see the butt? I can't do it to this day, because my father liked to grab my butt, you know, and I can't. I have to wear either a dress over my butt or it's pants. Like, I cannot wear leggings in public. See? So I'm still healing too. Like, I totally, the Sarah thing says, I literally wear 3 sweatshirts every day. Yeah, I've been there. Not anymore, but like, I still can't do leggings. You wear huge clothes. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I can't. I also like, because you can see panties, you know, through the leggings, and I hate thongs. I hate thongs because my father would shove his finger up my butt. Hope I didn't trigger anybody here, but that's the ugly thing that I grew up with. I can't stand to wear thongs because it feels like something is in my butt. Like, I can't. So I'm wearing panties. But then if I wear leggings, you can see the panty line. So again, it makes me feel naked, like you can see my panties. Because again, my father liked to grab my butt. He was obsessed with butts, I suppose. So I can't do it, you know? And I mean, maybe one day I will. But this is just me. So I totally hear you about tight clothes, you know, trying to look like you're wearing a fucking garbage sack, you know, or something just to hide your body. I mean, right now I'm in my leotard, which is pretty body revealing. It's almost like you're naked, except it's black, right? Oh, they feel awful. Yeah, I totally relate with you. So it took me a long time. I have to have blanket on me in bed to protect me from my father. I hear you. Yeah. Eric says, there's no reason at all you should feel like you have to wear certain things. Well, see, this is like a much bigger conversation, because there's also a lot of pressure from society to look a certain way, behave a certain way. You know, if you're, you know how we are, you meet the person, you look immediately, oh, are they beautiful, or do they fit the beauty standards? And then you look at how are they dressed. Like, it's stupid, but we all do it. I do it. I think I'm not biased, but I am biased. Like, we all are. I struggle with it too. It breaks your heart to hear. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Why the fuck did I just say that? I'm sorry. See, I'm fighting the same shit, you guys, right? The video about apology, I would say thank you for hearing me. The Sarah thing says, it's so refreshing to hear someone talk about their father so openly. If you felt it's so taboo, yeah, fuck taboo. Okay, we're done with taboo here. We gotta expose this shit, because this is how they get away with this. Our abusers, is because we don't talk about it. Mine went on for 7 years, and when I said something to my mother, she didn't believe me. Well, my mother still doesn't believe me, and she wouldn't talk to me. She gets really angry. Every time I try to talk to her, she's just like, you ruined my life, and, you know, don't talk to me, and why are you talking to me? Why would he do that? And then she just hangs up the phone, and I'm like, okay. That's why I don't talk to her, you know? It's just, it's, yeah. So let's see, let me scroll back up. I'm so sorry that happened to me. Yeah, well, fuck it. I mean, it made me stronger. It brought me here to you, right? So now I can hopefully help you guys. My grandma denied that what my father did because it's her son. Do you guys want to talk about grandmas? Anybody here had a nasty grandmother? Raise your hand. Anybody here was beaten by a grandmother? Raise your hand. Anybody had a grandmother that like literally just fucking tortured you? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah? I had 2. Okay, so here's my father's grandmother. Do you know what she told me when I was 15? She said, you have prostitute's genes. I kid you not. So she looked at me. I came back from summer. So I went with my mom to the Black Sea. It's in Russia, in the south. I came back and I was like, I had a great time. Hey there, with you, sister, Barack Vegana. So she said, your eyes are shifting. Okay, just listen to that. Like, what the fuck is that? She said, your eyes are shifting, meaning this is what I was doing. She's like, your eyes are shifty. You have your mother's genes. You have prostitute's genes. You guys, I believed it. I mean, I was 15 and my grandmother told me that I have prostitute genes. And she told me your mother is a prostitute and you inherited it. And then she said, I'm going to beat it out of you. Right? So she protected her darling son. You know how sick that was? Oh, you're from Odessa? Holy shit. I love it. I love Black Sea. So here is what's going on. My dad was with his mom until she died. He was 65 and she would not allow him to bring a woman into the house. Is that sick or not? I mean, that tells you a lot about this. He was a little boy to her until her very death. She washed his socks. She cooked for him. They had this huge fights. Like there was hate spewing left and right. And he lived with her little boy. And he hates women, right? She made him hate women because she was the one who abused him. So it's like, this shit is sick. Okay, if we start talking here. My grandmother on my mom's side, she would beat me on the forehead with the spoon. I wouldn't eat because that was like that was my only weapon. I would stop talking. Like I would stop talking for weeks and I would stop eating. So she took a spoon. I don't have a prop here. Well, if you imagine this is a spoon and she would just smack me on the forehead. You know how painful that is? You try it. You go in the kitchen, take a spoon, turn it the other way around, like the concave side, and smack yourself right here. It hurt like a bitch, and she would beat me, belt me. I mean, my great-grandmother beat me with stinging nettles on the naked butt. Glorious. Do you know what a stinging nettle is? Just try touching it and then imagine being beaten on the... I mean, it's just... It was like, it was generations of women. Very abusive. Like, my great-grandmother abused my grandmother. My grandmother abused my mom. My mom abused me. It's like, it was just going on for generations because they were also abused by the man they were with. If I were to tell you here all the stories, I have shocking stories. Like, my great-grandmother during the war dug out like a hole in the ground and put my grandmother and another kid from another mom in that pit. Like they were 3 years old and they were in that pit because the women had to go to work, right? During the war, they were doctors. And then when they came back down, the other girl died. So my grandmother, when she was 3, sat with that girl all day long in that pit, in the dirt. It's just to telling you like one of the stories. I have gazillion of those. It's crazy how the stories are so similar. Abuser was my mom's white husband from Russia, Moscow. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I've got crazy stories, guys, for you up the wazoo. Like, people wouldn't believe me. People ask me, "Where'd you get your ideas for your books?" I'm like, I wish I didn't. Like, there's so much shit. I can write 20 books, 50 books. It's never ending. Like, there is so much. His name is Myriad. He was extremely small. Myriad is not a Russian name. That's interesting. My cousin told me her mom used to beat her, but she told no one when we were young. Yeah, because you love your mom. Like, you depend on your parent. That's why you don't tell on your parent, because it's life or death situation. And so you keep silent. Sarah says, do you ever feel empathy for your father because he was broken? They'll feel bad for feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Alexa. Yeah, here. I mean, if you guys want to read it, I'm just warning you. It is very disturbing. But in this book, I imagined the reason of why my father abused me. So I wrote it to understand. I don't know for sure. I imagined it. So all this work I'm talking to you about writing your story, I did it in here. I imagined his abuse. I imagined his abuser. Again, I don't know what happened to him. I'll never know. But it doesn't matter because I imagined it. I felt empathy for the first time. I cried my eyes out when I wrote it. And that's when a lot of my anger towards him let go. So if you want to read it, you can see, and then you can ask me questions. And how do I reconcile loving and hating my abuser? Yeah, fuck. You know what? It's gonna be there forever. You will love them and you will hate. Oh, title backwards? Oh shit. Oh, hang on. I can flip the phone, right? Let me flip the phone and show you the cover. Here. Flip camera. Okay, do you see it now? Hang on. Do you see it now? Right? Was that enough? Yeah, it's so here. Yeah. So it's, you know, these are my other books. This is the one about the me being a teenage mom, and you got it? Okay. Okay. Let me turn it back around. Flip camera. Okay. There you go. It's called Tube. It's very simple. You can you took a screenshot? Okay, cool. Yeah, so Eric says, yeah, who did the illustration again? Oh, this is my friend Vera from Russia. Oh, you guys? Okay, let's play a trick. Tell me if you can, tell me if you know. Do you know what this train looks like? Actually, I know a few of you here have read this book. When you read this book, you will know what this is, what this image is. This is my friend Vera. She's my dear friend in Russia, in Moscow. She's an illustrator, so she did the cover for this book. So it's like a little toy train. You know, you can read about it right here. Here, I'll hold it for a little while so you can read it. Yeah, my books are on Amazon. I also have some audiobooks for those of you who don't read. So if you go search for my name, they're all in there. A pencil, say pancake goal. I don't know. I mean, it's totally disturbing. If you want to read it, you can later tell me what that is. But yeah, do you guys read it? So, or if you go to my website, you can read description, or you can go to Amazon, or if you go to Goodreads, all of my books are on there as well. You can get my books at the library. You just have to ask for them because I self-publish. So, yeah, so this is the cover. And I won the Amtrak residency. I don't know if you've heard of it. That's why I started writing this book on the train, actually. Let me flip this back around. Yeah, but the rest of my books, my daughter has illustrated. My daughter made all the covers. This is the first one that my friend Vera did. If you go to my website, actually, there's a link to Vera's website so you can see her work. Yeah, I feel empathy for him for sure, Sarah says. I think him taking his life pushed from, whoa, he took his life. That is absolutely terrible. Yeah, go for it, Eric. And tomorrow you're coming to, guys, I have my Zoom group call tomorrow for the first time, and we're like overbooked because I held 10 places, but I think we're now up to 15 people. So we're going to see how that goes. So if you want to go participate, then go on Instagram, send me, follow me there, send me a message in there with your name and your email address, and I'll schedule you for the next Saturday. It's going to be 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Peach Puff. Yeah, you can get an ebook, or you can buy a paperback or an ebook. You can either go on my site and you can buy a copy from me, the signed copy. I'll sign it for you, or you can go on Amazon. Oh, you're nervous but excited? That's fine. We're gonna be fine. I know there are a few of you here who are coming tomorrow, right? Is it you, Pancake Gold? Are you coming? I know Eric is coming, right? Oh, if you don't have Instagram, send me, you can send me a message here. I've enabled it so you can send me a message here. Just make sure to give me your name. Hopefully you're over 18. I mean, I want to keep it over 18, or just promise that you're going to be okay with us talking about this sensitive stuff. Yeah, so send me your name and your email, and I can add you for, IG name. It's the same. My name on Instagram is the same. Oh, you're coming. Right on. You got the invite? I know Eric is coming. Tomorrow I'm hosting my first Baroque Vegana. I'm gonna do a Zoom group call. So we're gonna be on video, on camera. I wanted to keep it to 10 people, but we blew up a little, so it's gonna be probably more. Yeah, at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, but it's closed now. There's too many people in there, and I shut it down because I want to keep it really intimate. So actually, I don't want to do more than 10 at once, and we are a little more. I'm just thinking that maybe some people won't show up, but I'll do it next Saturday, same time, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to send me a direct message here with your name. Tell me you're over 18, or if you're not over 18, tell me you'd be okay participating in something like that, you know, because I feel like kind of like a mom, right? I have to be protective over you. And if that time would work for you, I need your email so I can add you to the Zoom, to the invite for you to join. So yeah, oh shit. We are on time actually, guys. So before I go conked out, because I'm exhausted today, the two things that you wanted. Oh, you want to come, Sarah? You're so sad you work. How long will it last? An hour? I can find some other time. I just, if you want to come more, and if you want to come to my classes, then come join my community. And there, I'm teaching classes Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we have like 9 classes at the moment. We call them circles. They're about therapeutic writing, you know, writing your story, your trauma into a story, characters, you know, how to edit, like all of that stuff. How to basically, if you wanted to, you can write a whole book, you know, we'll teach you, or if not, just short stories, just how to get that shit out of your body. That's what I do. But before, you have Tuesdays off. Yeah, the link is in my bio, Amberville. Just send me a message, tell me you're on TikTok. I'll give you a discount to try the first month, you know, cheaper than it is the subscription. How many people are in the circle? We cap it at 10. That's why I wanted to keep my Zoom at 10. There is never more than 10, because more than 10, you lose intimacy, what we have here. Yeah, totally. Come, Baroque Vegana. Send me a message, again, with your name and your email. And, you know, tell me that you're from TikTok, and I'll guide you in. So, but you guys, hey, see you, Shimon Polkaro. Before we wrap up, so tomorrow I'm going to make you a video on how to be comfortable in your own skin. Yeah? Do we get a yes? Everybody? And then maybe Sunday I'll do a video on self-sabotage, how to stop doing self-sabotage. Yeah, you're very welcome, Sarah. I'm really excited. There's about 10 or 15 people actually from TikTok who already joined the community. So, you know, you might actually even see people that you already know. Yeah? Okay, so tomorrow, okay, once again, tomorrow, how to be comfortable in your own skin. And Sunday, how to stop doing self-sabotage. Are we all in agreement? Yeah? Yeah, that would be helpful. Cool. So tomorrow, I'm going to go live, I don't know. Maybe 10 or 11 a.m. I don't know, because tomorrow I also have the Zoom meeting and I might be completely pooped. So we'll see. Just catch me. But come here. Again, send me a message. Tell me that if you want to come join the Zoom, or if you want to join my community, tell me that. And then I'll get you in, because I teach there every Tuesday and Wednesday. And like there's other people. There's 50 of us now in the community, and we're growing. Yeah, flashbacks. Okay, just remind me, Pish Puff, if you come to more lives, I'll cover everything. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, we have a whole year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ahead of us. So totally flashbacks will become. I always live makes me remember I have to confront my feelings. Yeah. Okay, so your homework, okay, or not homework. Your inner child. Remember, you're the tiger. Tiger mom, tiger dad. Don't let anybody touch your inner child. And tonight, please hug your inner child and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. I hear you. I see you. I feel you. And I love you. And you're perfect. Okay? Okay, I love you all. I fucking love you all. You're all perfect. I hear you. I see you. Okay? Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.